I honestly hear from a lot of people that say Xfinity today is their top series. They'd rather watch that. Hasn't happened to a full-time Cup team since really early. Take a look at this. Ross Chastain, what the hell are you doing? He was texting or something because he just power driving. No Kyle Busch interview, but
3, 2, 1.
What's up, everyone? Hope everybody out there is off to an amazing week. Got a lot to talk about here following Cota. I mean, we got to talk about Kyle Busch out there. Hell of a run. Almost getting that win, But in Fox, what are we doing now interviewing Kyle Busch following a race? We wanted to hear that stuff. So let's not be doing that again. We also got to talk about Christopher Bell. I mean, this dude's on a streak. Bubba Wallace. We'll talk about Bubba Wallace here for a moment. And also, a new female coming into the NASCAR series. But I want to start out with something different right here. And this goes to the Xfinity series. And, we could talk about Conor Zilish out there with everything great with that. But I want to talk about something different. And this was Parker Retzlaff not making the race this weekend. Now, so many people talk about, the comparisons of, I honestly hear from a lot of people that say Xfinity today is their top series. They'd rather watch that than the Cup series. And for different reasons with rules and things. And that's what happened this weekend with Parker. This is a full-time team in the Xfinity series who failed to make the race. Something that you won't see in the Cup series right now because of charters. And it's unfortunate for him, but it takes me back to the old days of when, people were better than you. You worked a little harder next week. You made sure that didn't happen again. Something you won't see in the Cup series, but obviously something you're seeing here. And it's got to be hard on Parker. Going from being, running up front, doing some good things already this year to sitting in the stands, posting on Twitter or X or whatever the hell it is. So, heartbreak for him. But man, dude, keep your head up. You got a hell of a career ahead of you. So you got a lot to come back with. But I want your comments down below about this. What do you think about this? Would you rather see the Cup series like this, or do you think the Xfinity series needs the same kind of charters procedures where if you're racing every race and you're a full-time team, you get a participation trophy? But and the wild thing is, you go back to the Cup series. This hasn't happened to a full-time Cup team since, I think, 2014 at Talladega with Ricky Stenhouse Jr. And that was a whole different system back then because the first 36 cars basically qualified on speed, and then they went over to the owner's points and stuff to put the other people in positions for the last 7 spots. And it just so happened that year at Talladega, there was a lot of drivers that didn't really do too good. We're talking about Tony Stewart, Denny Hamlin, Jeff Gordon. Jeff Gordon almost didn't make this damn race. And unfortunately for Ricky Stenhouse, he didn't. So it's been, a lot of years since that happened, and obviously the charter system took care of that. But what do you think? Tell me down there. Tell me what you think about this. But let's run over to Cota now right here. We're going to talk about Christopher Bell. We got to talk about some people that got pissed off really early. Take a look at this. Ross Chastain, what the hell are you doing? You're just flooring it in there, running over everybody, causing this bonsai move, and seemed to piss off that Chase Elliott boy out there because they were on the radio saying, yeah, that's when you get your payback, you're going to get your payback. So feel pretty sure number 1 car, you better be looking out because that number 9 is going to take you out sooner or later. But anyways, we had another little payback out there that already happened. This was Ty Dillon, Austin Cindric, and obviously, boom, got punted right there on the racetrack. It's not funny, but man, we're only 3 races into the season. There's already people pissing other people off like this. So it's going to be a wild season to see what happens with everybody. But man, we got to talk about, Christopher Bell. This dude's on a roll. He was strong at Daytona. Obviously going out there getting a win last weekend, getting the win this weekend at Cota. It was super speedway road course. Now we're going to Phoenix, which apparently is a short track. Not a short track to me. But we're going to see really how strong this guy is on every platform, every racetrack as we go into this weekend. So very interesting with that. But I want to talk about the clean racing at the end of this race because it's been said in so many ways. I read a lot of people's comments because I read a lot of people's things on social media where they discuss things and people are upset because they're like, well, nobody got in anybody. They didn't even try hard to win a race and everything else. But I'm going to tell you, winning a race like that clean, that means so much more. If you pass a guy clean without having to punt his ass out the way, that's amazing. And it's unfortunate in the Cup Series today, in a lot of series, that a dump and run, just knocking somebody the hell out of the way is more important than trying to pass them cleanly. So, thumbs up on that. Even Chase Elliott in his interview was like, he was proud of them guys for racing clean. And this is William Byron. Tyler Reddick, Christopher Bell, Kyle Busch, all running right there good together. Clean racing, great racing. And obviously, when Kyle Busch was out front, he thought he had that race won. And then, Denny Hamlin, teammate to the 20 car, he sends that 3. I don't know what the hell Denny was doing. He was texting or something because he just power drived into that 3 and dumped him, which set everything up for that 20 to get up there and run with the 8 car. So it's kind of wild. Team racing. Some people think this was kind of maybe set up in a way. I don't believe so. Just crazy racing. But unfortunate. Really unfortunate for Kyle Busch because I want to see this guy win. I really do. Been 59, 60 races since he won a race. That's unbelievable to think about in itself. But it's coming. It's coming. But the thing I really want to talk about here after this was the post race. Because again, nobody talked to Kyle Busch. Everybody wanted to hear from Kyle Busch. The man's been up there leading all damn day, and I sat around just waiting. Wife was ready to watch other television. I'm like, no, I'm going to listen to Kyle Busch. And there was no Kyle Busch interview, but thankfully people did catch up with him. But it wasn't Fox. So let's work on that stuff. All right, dudes, come on. It'd be really cool. But the thing about this was that Kyle Busch, he was happy. Dude was in good spirits. That's great. Great to see that because I was expecting him to be really disappointed, kind of maybe a little angry that he didn't win that race. But he was in good spirits and, gave credit to Christopher Bell, the way he raced him. And he said gracious. He said he raced him graciously. That's crazy to hear that from Kyle Busch out there. But if you go back to, let's just take a look back, right here. It was kind of like a ass chapping from a big brother right there. So Christopher Bell was going to do what he needed to do to not dump him in this race. And obviously that's what happened. But a strong run for Kyle Busch. And I really think that I just want to see these guys do good. Let's just say that. Love seeing all these different drivers do good like this. But we got to talk about Trackhouse right quick. And Connor Zilisch. I mean, this dude, this young man is amazing to me. 18 years old, and his poise, the way he handles himself, his maturity. I mean, you would think you were talking to an Italian F1 driver who's been racing for 25 years, the way he handles himself, and he's a hell of a driver. So, I mean, going out there getting to win an Xfinity race, and got caught up in that Ross Chastain melee there on the first lap, but still was able to have a good run. But it's just so bad for him with the Trackhouse deal because you got Daniel Suarez. Daniel's down there. He's close to Mexico. He wants to win. This is kind of like a home track situation for him in so many ways. I know we're going to Mexico City and all that, but this is a place he wants to win at. And unfortunately, boom, tire goes off there, and then here comes Connor. He's just cruising through there like he's coming to the stage to the smoke show, and boom, everything goes to hell really fast. So again, I feel bad for him. And the other, the teammate over there, Shane Van Gisbergen. You expected he was my pick for the weekend, to be honest with you. I thought this was going to be like, wow, boom, he's already going to be in the playoffs. But it's unfortunate for them not to get in there. But wild weekend at Cota all the way around. Now let's talk about Bubba Wallace here for a minute. And I know when you mention Bubba, people will automatically just go, oh hell, they're going to be pissed off at me, or everybody's got their things to say. But I'm going to tell you this right now. I said this last year. The team was on a roll. Towards the end of the season, that team was on a roll, and they're continuing it pretty much right now. And what's wild about this is Bubba Wallace has got the most stage points of any Cup driver in 2025 right now. 41 stage points. And, I mean, you go back, you look at he won the duel. He's ninth at Atlanta. Unfortunately, didn't have, great run at the 500. Things happened. He had a good run, but finished 29th. But this past weekend, it goes out there. They play the stage racing, go out there and win the first stage, gather them points, and set on the outside pole. I mean, this is a good season for these guys. No matter how you crack it, it's a good season right now for them, and did really good coming out of Cota, 6th in points, even with the penalties and different things that he had. So a strong run for him. Unfortunately, come home in 20th, but I'm saying this, and I've been saying it. This is a team to watch, and I know people are going to give me slack and give me hell about that or whatever else, but I'm telling you. Crew chief change, just the motivation, and I see so many people saying different things about it, but I'm going to tell you, becoming a father, change that man, because this is his future. He represents more than himself right now. It's his family, it's his son, everything else. So I think he wants to put his best foot forward and go out there and race and, be known for his racing instead of anything that's happened in the past. So good for you, Bubba. Go do it. Now we're going to move over here to this coming weekend. This is a very credited woman. She, long history in racing and everything else. Of course, most of it's an open wheel. But here she goes. She's going to the Cup. Going to the Cup. And this is my question right here. And nothing against her. Nothing against anything with this situation at all. But I've seen a lot of people comparing her and Mike Wallace. Of like, Mike Wallace can't race, but yet she's going to get to go out there in a Cup racing. And obviously, it was super speedway racing compared to the Phoenix. But here's my question. This is where I bring things into. When it comes to stock car racing, she does have it, she has experience in Xfinity. She's got 5 starts in the Xfinity series. A lot of road course racing in those 5 starts. Let's just say that. And then she's got 1 start this year at Daytona and ARCA race. So 5 Xfinity races and 1 start in ARCA series, and she's going to the Cup series. I don't know where this goes. This takes credibility to me right here because I just think when you go to the Cup series, you kind of should have proved yourself a little bit prior to that before you get to go out there and run with the best stock car, the most elite stock car series in the world. So I bring question to that, what credence it brings to the Cup series that, if you got any experience in something else like that, you can get in here and go race. It should be, for, I'm just going to leave it at that. But again, I love the fact she's coming out there. Sad part, she's already getting compared to Danica Patrick and Haley Deegan and everything else. I don't agree with that. Let's go out. Let's let her go out there and see what she can do. And BJ McLeod's putting her in the car to live fast racing. I think BJ is one of the coolest guys out there at the racetrack. I think he's one of the smartest guys out there at the racetrack with everything he's done in the past. And I love this for them. Obviously, she's bringing sponsorship, so it's going to bring recognition. So good for BJ. Good for her getting out there and doing that. But again, these are questions that I want to discuss with you. How do you feel about this? Do you think it needs to be? You need to have a little bit more before you get up there into the Cup series to do something like this, because we got to look at it. Everybody else in that field, they're running for the full season for the most part. They're just not doing a one-off race. So a lot of questions. Is this cool for the series to do stuff like this? But anyways, hope you're having a great week out there. Once again, I always love your comments, so throw them down there. What do you think about Bubba? What do you think about him having the most stage points? Do you think he's going to do good this year? Christopher Bell, man, this role he's on. But just a lot of things to discuss right here. And again, what do you think about the situation between Xfinity and Cup? Would you rather see Cup like Xfinity or Xfinity like Cup? Tell me your thoughts on this. Anyways, hope you're having a great week out there. And man, as always, we'll see you at the checkered flag.